What's going on, guys, and welcome to my review of what on earth have we just watched. Honestly, these are the games at the end of the season when we all get together and we're all like, if only we'd won that game. That game was there for the winning. That game was easy pickings. It's happened with previous seasons before, with games so easy to control, dictate, and just play your way. Oh my goodness. If you don't know, now you know. We've just drawn 1-1 away from home at Southampton. It's nothing to be turning your nose up at. It wasn't an easy game. I'll be honest with you, it was not an easy game. But it's the same thing that we've said in previous seasons. The season comes to a close and you were like, oh, if only we beat Burnley. Or Burnley shouldn't have been a game that we got beat. You know, that was last season or the season before. I remember that game being like, that was there for the taking. This is going to be one of these games for me. At the end of the season, if we're pushing for top 4, if we can't get into top 4, if we're struggling and we're like, oh, if we're 2 points off first place at the end of the season, can you imagine it? Oh, I can't. I honestly can't. Usually, for anybody wondering, I usually have a full setup. I usually have a different camera, better quality. I usually have a full border and I edit and everything for these videos. But I just want to get this out because honestly, I'm drained from 90 minutes of watching that game. What was that game? To be fair to Southampton, let's give it to the opponent. They were there and they were ready to play. It's their first game, I believe, home at their home ground. I think last week they were away. Not the best performance from them either last week. So obviously they came out to play. They meant business. They were at home. The fans were behind them. Some of the fans were, I think, a little bit too much with some of the chants, especially towards Luke Shaw, booing him, and some of the chants that they were singing. I think there's no need for that. In all honesty, the guy left, you got payment. You know, if you play Liverpool, do you scream at every single player on the pitch? The amount of players that Liverpool have took from you? No. It'd just be you booing for 90 straight minutes, pretty much, if you played Liverpool. It made no sense than booing Luke Shaw. You got a fair price for him, and he left like 10 years ago or something, so a bit beyond me why they were booing him, and the stuff they were saying was disgusting in all honesty. In the modern day, what we're speaking about, you know, the criticism that these players get, mental health and stuff, saying stuff like that whilst the player's on the pitch and you know his history is a bit disgusting. But, you know, on a lighter note, let's look at some of the performances that really stood out to me. I think Mason Greenwood had a fantastic performance. I think he did what he could. Bruno Fernandes starting in that second half, what a performance. The standout player for me from Manchester United for the last 2 weeks is Paul Pogba. If this guy does not sign a contract, we are stupid. Honestly, I would be pushing every single thing, every single avenue in this club. I would be absolutely, honestly, I would be brown-nosing. Mino Raiola. I'd be getting him the best anything he wanted. Honestly, I would do anything to get Paul Pogba on that contract. Have you seen him play in this season? It's 2 games in, and the guy's got 5 assists. 5 assists in 2 games. And he's the player that's leaving us at the end of the season. Let alone that, looking at that whole midfield. What is that midfield about? I think it was a quiet game for the centre-halves. I think, you know, at one point, Harry Maguire took a tactical foul on Che Adams. It needed to be done. Che Adams' breakaway pace was a big problem, and he had to take him down, and he got a yellow. I think quite a quiet game from Lindelof, but that's what you want from your centre-halves. You want a quiet game, wrap up, not too much from De Gea. De Gea punching at certain points when I don't think he needed to. I think he really could have caught some of those balls, but he's now just decided he's seen Dean Henderson doing it in training and thought, I'm going to punch every ball that comes in, even if I can catch it. But let's speak about the goals as well. There's so much to run through. I don't want it to be too long, but we come back stronger. We need to next week against Wolves. I'll be doing a preview on the channel. If you like Manchester United content, get subscribing to the channel because that's what I'm going to be covering this season and throughout and beyond. But yeah, the goals. To be fair to Southampton, they scored their goal and it came from what I would class a foul. Bruno Fernandes is stood on the far outside left if you're looking from the goalkeeper's position. He's like far outside, near the halfway line with the ball with his back turned. Stevens comes across. Now pundits were deciding, is it a foul, is it not? For me, I would have said it was a foul. I get that it doesn't get given, and to be honest, it shouldn't have even been a problem. This game, like I said, I was expecting 3-1 before this game. It should have been goals galore. So, Bruno Fernandes getting fouled or not a foul, it shouldn't matter. For me, it wasn't, but I'm not going to sit here and say, never in a million years, I get how it was given. I just think Stevens, so he steps across with his thigh in front of Bruno and then his arm behind him, leveraging that kind of pullover. I don't get how that isn't. I genuinely don't. I think in most games, if that is ever seen, it is a foul. I suppose it was in his own half, commanding the game and stuff, and that was a pushing attack to progress the game. I get it. It was like, pretty much Bruno could have stood up against it. Stevens could have pushed a lot more force into it. I get it. For me personally, I would have said that it was, but then again, I'm a Manchester United fan and I'm mad that we've just drawn 1-1. Anyway, they break through into the box. Great play from Che Adams and Adam Armstrong. I think they're going to be a fantastic partnership. I said that in the preview before the game, and I genuinely think they are absolutely electric together. Adam Armstrong is a standout player for them, along with Salisu at the back for them. I believe centre-half, left centre-half. And Livramento, the guy from Chelsea, the youngster, he had a fantastic game as well. So some really good performances from them. But yeah, anyway, it breaks into the box. And they're saying that it wasn't an assist from a goal from Che Adams, but it was on target. Fred, I hate to say it because he's a Manchester United player, but I'll be brutally honest with you. He does not belong on that pitch. This whole performance, they said that take the goal away. They're saying that was an own goal from Fred. It was on target when Che Adams struck the ball. To me, that's a shot at goal. I don't know whether it's different nowadays, but to me, that was a Che Adams goal and an Adam Armstrong assist. I don't think that should be labelled as an own goal for Fred. I think it was unfair. But anyway, it clips off Fred. Goes bottom right corner and just misses De Gea. De Gea can't manage to save it because of the deflection. Fully get it, but it's naff. It's a real naff goal, especially like I said, when it builds up from something that is controversial, let's say, whether it is or whether it isn't a foul. It bums you out. But then again, our goal when we scored it, beautiful play out on the wing. And Paul Pogba just absolutely... He's a maestro. He touched it with his little toe and has the best control on the pitch. Honestly, he has tenfold the control that Fred will ever have. It's just unreal, really is. Pogba is just how he's going to potentially leave at the end of the season upsets me dearly so much. Just sign it, sort it out. Honestly, please, Pogba, if you're watching this, or any representative or any friend, family member of Pogba, just get him to sign the contract, please. I'm just gonna deeply cry if he leaves. But anyway, like I said, our goal then leads to the feet of Mason Greenwood. He scuffs it, we get lucky, and it goes through the legs of McCarthy. McCarthy dives further, I think expecting Greenwood to hit it harder or further into the corner than he did, and it slips through his legs. So to be fair, both goals controversial or lucky, as you would say, but they stood as what they were. The fact that we got that scrappy 1-1, and the amount of opportunities, like I said, Salisu, I think at one point it came off the crossbar when Bruno hit it in. And I can't remember who headed it down, but Salisu was there to hit it out and stuff. There was multiple opportunities. At one point, Adam Armstrong broke through, was clean on goal, one-on-one with De Gea, and De Gea made a fantastic save. But still, some of his performances in this, where he was punching the ball, where he could have easily caught it, high looping, lobbing balls, and he was punching them away. You had plenty of time to reach up a full arm's length higher than any other player's head. But no, he was still punching, so I'm not quite sure. I don't know whether that's something he's been told to do, keep it in open play, but now we come to the biggie, and that is just Fred. I don't know how he starts. If this is not a clear indicator that we are absolutely lacking somebody in that centre defensive mid spot, I don't know what is. I think McTominay is a fantastic player. I think physically he can grow into that. Whether he's not quite at that spot in his career or mentally he needs to develop his game a little bit further before he fills that role, I would be playing McTominay in that role. I think Matic had it and he's lost it, and that's something that I saw in this game. I think he just was not at his best. Why we started him there, I'm not quite sure. I know that McTominay was injured, obviously, but I don't know why we didn't play Sancho. Play Pogba a bit deeper. It's not his best position, and he probably doesn't play with as much flair or attacking. I really love him on that left wing at the moment, but for the sakes of the team and not starting Matic, I would have literally just popped him in the centre next to Fred to cover up Fred's mistake. Oh, Just sign a midfielder. Just sign a centre defensive mid. Look at Yves Bissouma. I don't know if you guys watched it, but Watford versus Brighton the other day, Yves Bissouma was incredible. Sign him. Sign Wilfred Ndidi. Sign any centre defensive mid. Heck, even go to Brozovic. I know that blooming Inter are in tons of debt. Just go and sign Brozovic. Go and sign any centre defensive mid to slip into that hole. If Ndidi's too much, if I don't know, if Brighton aren't willing to sell Yves Bissouma, oh my goodness! I felt like going insane, absolutely insane. I dearly hope that Fred doesn't start. I hope that McTominay's back up to full fitness and we find a new midfield or a system to work. Or just go out and buy Ruben Neves. Put Ruben Neves in that position. Fred cannot pass a ball. The thing is, when Pogba's attempting an across the field ball or, you know, a 50 yard, 60 yard, absolutely stonking ball across the pitch, if it doesn't come off, you're like, you know what, he's trying stuff. Same with Bruno. Bruno's trying these looping balls, these kind of thread passing and attacking balls or great positioning balls. Same with Luke Shaw as well. Some of their passes don't come off, but you kind of understand and you'll nod your head and you'll be like, you know what, fair enough. But Fred's got a 3 yard pass and he goes, screams it. You're like, what are you doing? How is he a professional football player? We said it last season. I was looking at this game last season. When he was playing in like Europa League and spraying balls out, he was literally kicking a ball at one point to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I turned to my girlfriend and I said, this ball's going out of play. It nearly went out for a throw-in for him, for a corner for him. Honestly, I swear. It upsets me, it really does, but we can't start him. We can't. I'm honest, I think I'll pop a blood vessel if he starts next game against Wolves. We need to really crack our ideas up and really need to get going. There's 10 days left of the transfer window. Sign a CDM. Sign a player that can play in that position with McTominay. Fred cannot be near that starting lineup for this season or we'll struggle for top 4. I'm going to end this video anyway as well. Honestly, some great performances in there and I don't want to knock the players that had fantastic games. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka was lacking a little bit as well. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka really needs to step up his game or find that drive that he had a season, 2 seasons ago, because I'm not seeing it at the moment. I'm really not. Overall, though, like I said, great performances from Luke Shaw. You can't knock David de Gea apart from the punching, just sort that out. I think the 2 centre-halves had an excellent game, seen as though I would have loved to have seen Varane. I think Lindelof had an absolutely fantastic game, keeping things quiet at the back line overall. I think they were still messy at certain points, though. I'm not... When Fred's on the pitch, everybody seems like a messy level. Honestly, it's just I despair if we're going to be starting with Fred this season. That's my honest opinion, and I think we need to sign somebody within these 10 days to honestly have a serious chance of pushing for that title spot or going deep in the Champions League. Other than that, I think top 4 will be a struggle if Fred's starting, because honestly, it's playing against 12 men when he's on a pitch, but. Maybe I'm being a bit brutal. I want to go and watch Arsenal-Chelsea now, kind of take my mind away, watch as an unbiased fan. That will be interesting. Lukaku about to absolutely split them apart. If you have enjoyed today's video, be sure to like this video, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Drakesy, and I need a break. See you in a bit.